This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Well, joining me today at the momentous investor event here in London at the O2 Arena is Damien Hancock, the CEO of SpectrumX. Very good to meet you, Damien. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you for having me.
Are you looking forward to this evening? What would you like to get out of the evening?
I think what we're trying to get across is the versatility of the chemical compound which we possess. Obviously, we've got various different revenue streams across pharmaceutical, healthcare, and cosmetics. Those are the markets that we're looking to challenge initially. Probably most exciting for investors is our human clinical trials, which are starting in March next year. So those are what's called a human challenge trial, so where we deliberately infect people. And what's key really for that trial is we believe that we'll be able to show not only the treatment of, in this case, influenza, which is our first target virus, but also the reduction of transmissibility. So theoretically, your child comes home from school with the flu, almost certainly within a few days everyone else in the household has flu. Obviously there's huge cost in terms of economics to society from sick days and things like that. So it's quite a way down the road, but we believe ultimately you'd be able to treat the child in this instance with our product, but also you could use it as a preventative to stop transmission throughout the household. So that, if we're able to get there, we'd be truly game changing for the pharmaceutical space.
Okay, so is that, would you say, your flagship focus at the moment, or your core focus, that pharma element? Because I know you've got three sort of arms to the business.
Obviously, so we finished our manufacturing site earlier this year. The team have done a fantastic job. We've gone from a blank canvas to a CGMP equivalent facility, which is basically a drug standard manufacturing. So we're already producing drug substance, which will be used in our clinical trial, which is an extremely high level of compliance that needs to get to. So it's a significant milestone for the business. But obviously we're already producing both cosmetic and healthcare products in our hand sanitizer, which has been approved by the NHS. We're expecting to be signed off with our NHS tender agreement in November of this year.
And this was something that was developed during the COVID pandemic, was it?
It wasn't necessarily developed during the COVID pandemic. It just so happened that there was a huge demand for sanitizers at the time. What's unique about our product is that it has broad spectrum activity. So, for example, there's a particularly nasty bacteria called C. difficile, which is very prevalent in care homes and in hospitals. At the moment, hospitals are using alcohol rubs as a sanitizer against this. Alcohol has no activity whatsoever against C. difficile, so which is why it's one of the number one hospital-acquired infections. So our products not only can destroy that bacteria, but also a broad spectrum of funguses, viruses, and other bacteria.
And you're in the tender process now with the NHS?
So we started the tender process much earlier in the year. So they only come up every 3 years.
Okay.
So that was back in March, I believe. So we believe we meet all the criteria for the tender, which will open up a huge market to us. Hopefully from November onwards.
Indeed. I mean, do you have a projection of what sort of revenue? Because at that point, presumably, if you get that tender, the company will be generating revenue.
Absolutely, yeah.
A saleable product.
Yeah, I mean, the UK sanitary market, is a significant size, well in excess of 100 million. We're looking to target sort of 20% of that market, so somewhere around 20 million within the first 24 months of revenues.
Okay. Well, that's pretty significant.
Indeed.
What about the other arm then, the cosmetics arm? What's going on in that?
Yeah. So the unique versatility of HSL as a molecule is, as I said, it's what causes things like skin blemishes is basic bacteria sitting on the skin. So you eradicate the bacteria, and you're able to remove these blemishes. So we've got our first cosmetic product launch, which is a facial mist, which is a clean tone repair facial spray. So it's to be used as part of a normal skincare regime, but essentially what it does is it will heal the skin rather than applying a traditional toner, which is normally alcohol based, which damages the dermal layer rather than. So it is killing bacteria, but it's also damaging the skin. our product both kills the bacteria and actually helps the skin heal.
Okay, and how far is that down the development path?
So we are launching that product on the 1st of November. We're exhibiting this weekend actually at the pharmacy show at the NEC.
Okay.
And then at the Infection Prevention Control exhibit in Bournemouth. So this is a really key week for us.
Indeed. So you've got the NHS tender there for the hand sanitizer. You're launching the Cometic element in November.
Indeed.
And of course the Pharma element is in trials.
Yeah. So the trials are due to start in March.
Yeah.
We're expecting data sometime in July.
Okay.
And that's what that will trigger our IPO. We took the decision to protect our investors earlier this year. Market conditions were not favourable. So what we've done is we've locked all our original investors in at our proposed IPO valuation of 58 million. And our value inflection point is what we believe will be very positive human data coming out from the trial starting in March.
So you would hope to IPO or sort of
around September, I would guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So second half of next year.
Second half of next year, but by then, of course, you'll have hit hopefully those 3 big milestones.
Absolutely, yes, exactly. We believe we've de-risked significantly the IPO by coming to market. And hopefully when markets are functioning in a better way, and also what I said with that positive human data, and there's some revenues from the NHS as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Damien Hancock's the CEO of SpectrumX.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.